Ram Prasad Reddy sir, Department of English, Urdu, research scholars, students. Yeah. Good evening to you all. Today we have a PhD by the voice of our old student, Sophia Rani. She has completed her PG from this university and also PhD from this university. She has selected Indo-American writer. Study of the predicament of women in the select novels of the Umrigar. Sir, we welcome sir. Mallikarjun Patel sir. Professor Mallikarjun Patel sir. Sir.
Am I audible to you, madam?
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Mallikarjun Patel sir, namaste. We welcome you to the Department of English once again to PhD fellow was our old student MA. She has completed her MA here and also PhD under the supervision of Ghulam Tariq sir. She has chosen Indo-American writer, the study of the predicament of women in the select novels of 30 million. Now I request the research candidate to come and make a presentation. Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Professor T. Ram Prasad Reddy sir, Dean Faculty of Arts, Professor P. Padma Madam, Head of the Department, Dr. Mercy Vijayta Madam, Associate Professor, Board of Studies, Chairman, External Examiner, Professor Mallikarjun Patil, sir, and the Professor Sambasiva Reddy sir, former principal, my dear teachers in the department, Dr. Ankan sir, Associate Professor, and Dr. Jayant Kashyap sir, Associate Professor, the faculty of the other departments, academic consultants, research scholars. It is my pleasure to welcome everyone to my Viva Voicing presentation. Myself, I am Mary Sophia Rani, research scholar under the guidance of Professor G. Ghulam Tariq sir, Department of English. Today my topic is a study of the predicament of women in the select novels of Umrigar.
Umrigar. ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ತಂದ್ರಿ? ಹಾ ಸರ್, ಎಲ್ಲಾರು.
The area of research is Indian English literature and diasporic literature. He is the writer City Umrigar. About Umrigar. City Umrigar was born in 1961 in Bombay. She belongs to Parsi community and completed her schooling in Bombay. After graduating from Bombay University, she went to United States to study journalism at Ohio State University. She worked as a journalist for 17 years and later she received her PhD in English from Kent State University, USA. Later she joined as Professor of Creative Writings at Case Western University, USA. Her favorite writers are Salman Rushdie, Toni Manson, and Jamaica Kincaid. She is influenced by the writers Bobby Dylan and Emily Dickinson. These are the works. The fictional works of Umrigar is Bombay Time, The Space Between Us, If Today Be Sweet, The Weight of Heaven, The World We Found, The Story of Everybody's Son, The Secrets Between Us. The novel The Secrets Between Us is sequel to her second novel, The Space Between Us. And the final novel, Lost Novel, Honor. The non-fictional works of Umrigar are First Darling of the Morning, Selected Memories of an Indian Childhood, and When I Carried You in My Belly. The award that she received, Nieman Fellowship for Journalism at Harvard University. Finalist for the Pen or Open Book Award, Cleveland Arts Prize in Literature. And Lambda Literary Award in the Lesbian General Fiction category for her novel, for her fourth novel. This is her fourth novel, The World We Found. The novels that I selected for my research work are The Space Between Us, If Today Be Sweet, The Weight of Heaven, The Story Hour. The significance of this study is Indian writers in English have made significant contribution in historical fiction. Although the writers, diasporic writers, profoundly deal with regionalism, they cross the national boundaries with universal themes. And also, the diasporic women writers have concentrated their themes around sociological, diasporic elements, feminine subjects, explorative writings, and much more. Umrigar's novels deal with the predicament of married women from psychological, physical, emotional, cultural, social point of views. Almost each novel discusses multiple themes. She portrays the issues of class, gender, cultural differences, and immigration. The objectives of this study is to examine the contribution of women writers in Indian English literature and the diasporic literature. To aim at the portraying the feminine vision in the novels of City Umrigar in terms of thematic techniques and evaluate her novels in view of the shifting sensibilities and changing attitudes. To examine man-woman relationship depicted in the novels, focus about human relationship and its condition and emphasize the experience of modern Indian women. To study the challenges faced by women against the patriarchal superiority over female subjections. The methodology of research is the method chosen is analytical. The novel have been discussed critically and have taken into account relevant theories which have relevant to diasporic writings. It also attempts to analyze how Indian women are represented in contemporary fiction. It also explores how the women protagonists adapt to the new situations and how they want to free themselves from the clutches of patriarchal structure and to lead an independent life. Chapterization. Chapter 1, Introduction.
Chapter 2, Class Consciousness. It is based on Umrigar's second novel, The Space Between Us. Chapter 3, Coming to Terms. It is based on Umrigar's third novel, If Today Be Sweet. Chapter 4, Blow of Fate. It is based on Umrigar's fourth novel, The Weight of Heaven. Chapter 5, Friendly Foes. It is based on Umrigar's sixth novel, The Story Hour. And final chapter is Summation. Chapter 1, Introduction. Chapter 1, Introduction. It provides glimpses of Indian English literature by tracing its background and seminal growth. Discusses the contribution of Indian women novelists considering their feminist concerns. Introduces problems on hand, objectives of study, scope of research work, and topic background. Highlights the dimensions which impact the lives of socially, culturally, and geographically dislocated. Focus on the contribution of contemporaries of Sidney Umrigar such as Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni, Jhumpa Lahiri, Arundhati Roy, and Samina Ali. A general survey of Triti Umrigar's fictional works has undertaken, discussing her thematic concerns and her literary influence. A brief introduction of the diaspora and its impact on the society and women are discussed. A graphic account of her biography and literary career has been given. A brief summary of Umrigar's works are discussed in this thesis. The essence of self-concept is used to highlight the background of Umrigar's writings. The review of literature. Less work has been done on Umrigar writings. One MPhil thesis and one PhD thesis. Chapter 2 is Class Consciousness. It is based on Umrigar's second novel, The Space Between Us. The novel is set in present-day Mumbai and it is about relationship between Mrs. Sarah Duvash and her maid Bhima. The novel explores social class in India and the division of power in society. The essence of distance and intimacy between Sarah and her maid Bhima, which after 20 years remains defined by their differing class, education, and wealth. It discusses many issues like poverty, enduring poverty, the power of privilege and wealth, domestic violence, class, education, and women rights. The journal published entitled as The Quest for Identity in the novel The Space Between Us by Triti Umrigar. The third chapter, Coming to Terms, it is based on Umrigar's third novel, If Today Be Sweet. It is about a crisis of identity, theme of displacement, East-West encounter, and conflict between the tradition and modern attitude. Umrigar depicts the painful choices before grieving widow Tekmina Setna. The choices are Tekmina must determine if she should also move to Ohio and stay with her son or if she should return to Bombay. The novelist so delicately depicts the cross-cultural encounter of protagonist, her emotions and struggles to cling in the adopted land, and finally she is. I have published journal published entitled as The Class of Cultures, Flight of the Protagonist in Triti Umrigar's If Today Be Sweet in Literary Endeavor. The journal name is Literary Endeavor. This is another journal published in IJAEM entitled Exploration of Alienated Self in Triti Umrigar's If Today Be Sweet. The fourth chapter is Blow of Fate. It is based on Umrigar's fourth novel, The Weight of Heaven. In this novel, Umrigar continues her exploration of cultural divides in this beautifully written and incisive novel about an American couple's experience in India. Umrigar goes deep into the effects of grief on a relationship and the many facets of cultural clash. Frank, the protagonist Frank, takes an interest in their housekeeper's son, Ramesh and begins tutoring him. It is the tale of how Frank's interest in Ramesh weaves into obsession and comes to a devastating end that provides the gripping through line. Chapter 5, fifth one, Friendly Foes. It is based on Umrigar's sixth novel, The Story Hour. The novel explores the benefits and perils of close friendship between two women who become private to each other's most private acts and decisions. The novel falls squarely in the territory of a specific subgenre that deals with women bonding to solve each other's personal and domestic issues. It examines the difficulties and triumphs of women who help each other strive to overcome incest, verbal abuse, domestic servitude, arranged marriage, arrogant lovers, unwanted divorce, and painful estrangements. The final chapter is conclusion. In this chapter, the chapter takes a revisit at the selected novels and provides insights about Teti Umbrigar's notion of ideal society, family, marital life, women's suppression within the family and outside in the light of her opinions articulated. Triti Umbrigar has created budding new women in her novels who are not puppets in the hands of others, but someone who try to assert and carve their own identity in the world of men. It also includes the scope of further research. Limitations of study. The study deals with the predicament of women in the select novels of Triti Umbrigar. The study is confined to the women and their sufferings in the light of family and society. An outstanding and denying woman writer, Umbrigar has many captivating elements in her fiction. Shows the differences between man and women in the economical, social, and political spheres. Her writings are essentially on feminism, but it does not mean that she is against men. She has tried to exhibit the predicaments of women sufferings within family and society. She never lowers the dignity of men in her writings, and a plea for coexistence, for familial bonds, for peace and harmony is resonating in her works. The final conclusion and findings. Umrigar effectively present her fictional rendition of the contemporary Parsi women's lives and the cross-cultural confrontations they are facing. The introduction chapter discusses the contribution of Indian women novelists to the canon of Indian writing in English. Umrigar had succeeded in portraying the lives of the rich and poor and the division of class and culture in the second novel, The Space Between Us. She creatively sketches the real characters in the novel, If Today Be Sweet. Umrigar is a skilled and beautiful writer. The sense of time and place in the novel, the weight of heaven is strong. Her narration takes the readers from the present to the past, and she used a flashback technique in her novel, This Story Hour. Scope of further research. There is abundant scope for further study as one can explore other contemporary diasporic women novelists and compare the diasporic vision of Triti Umrigar with that of other contemporary women diasporic novelists. The papers presented in conferences and seminars, list of publications, libraries which I have visited, thank you, Ananda. Thank you for your patience listening. Share this. Question.
Sir, Mallikarjun Patel, sir.
Okay, madam.
Sir, do you have any questions, sir? Do you need any clarification, sir?
Anyway, this candidate, Miss Mary Rani has presented her arguments about 3D Umrigar very carefully and satisfactorily, madam.
Yes,
I
sir.
have no more questions. So we may recommend for the award of degree by Yogi Vema University.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Aren't you, Madam Padma?
Sir, how are you, sir? How is your
Fine,
health?
fine, madam, fine.
We have been very happy with your physical presence, sir.
Yes, yes.
We are at least able to conduct
Yes.
this online. Work.
Yes. I programmed to of same Viva on 7th at SVS Tirupati.
Sir.
I wanted to come to your place, but this Rani's program needs to be disposed urgently. No, I think there is some convocation.
Convocation on 4th, sir.
Oh, that's why I give the date
Yes.
early. Okay, it's quite good. We shall congratulate her.
Congratulations, Sophia. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, madam. Is it over? Madam?
Sir, you are external examiner and you have given the declaration that it is satisfactory.
Okay, it's the report is with me.
Anyway, as this is open Viva, we just ask the audience if they have any questions or if they need any clarification. Yeah. Any questions?
No, no more questions. No more.
No more. Right, sir. Right. So, Sophia, in a very short time, now you are Samalika Patel sir has suggested that he has recommended for your PhD. But now onwards, you are from 4th onwards, you are doctor. Sophia. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Good afternoon to all of you. I have no questions. When the external is satisfied, I am the research supervisor. Okay. Good afternoon to all of you. At the outset, I would like to thank the external examiner, Professor Mallikarjun Patel, for joining us, for sparing his precious time for this Viva. And I am also thankful to our Dean, Faculty of Arts, Professor Ramprasad Reddy Garu, our Head of the Department, Professor P. Padma, and BOS Chairman, Mercy Vijayta, and my departmental colleagues, Jain Kashyap and Dr. Ankanna, and my dear colleagues of the former colleagues, Mr. L.V. Reddy and Sudarshan Reddy, and our former principal, Professor Samshiva Reddy, and the academic consultants, and my Parvati. She was very helpful when I was the principal and chief warden. She helped me a lot, and all other departmental research scholars and research scholars from outside, invitees, guests, and former research scholars, everybody, I am very much thankful to you. I am thankful to Jain Kashyap for sparing this room and for sparing your time and energy for this Viva presentation. Now, I congratulate Mary Sophia. Now that she has been awarded the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, now we can call her Dr. Sophia. Right. Thank you very much. Right.
Yes, sir.